Hello, I'm Rebecca Manzanares, and this is my informative speech. I have titled it Honduras, the Culture and the Beauty. A lot of my culture actually derives from this country, and I've noticed that throughout my life, not a lot of people know about the country nor even where it is. So I decided to do my informative speech just to give you a little piece of knowledge on the country and its great uniqueness, especially compared to other Latin American countries. Honduras has a very rich and unique culture and history, and that's what I'd like to speak to you about today. Now, first off, its history, its language. The primary language spoken in this country is Spanish. Also, the currency is lempiras. Now, might sound like a weird word to call a currency, but that is because it was actually named after a very important figure in their country who was named Lempira, and he was a tribal leader in his time for the tribe Lencas. They are known to have fought against a Spanish conquistador at the time when they were trying to conquer their territory. Now, unfortunately, this attack wasn't successful and Lempira was killed in combat. He is still recognized for his brave efforts to this day, and he appears on the $1 Lempira. Now, another great thing about Honduras is that it has a very beautiful scenery. There's a lot of mountains and a lot of grassy regions. Specifically, the city of Copan, there lies an ancient Mayan site. Now, as many of you know, the Mayans were a very important and significant ancient civilization that existed. And in the city Copan, which is often visited by tourists because of this site, you'll find a very friendly town life, a lot of actually English speakers because of the many tourists. If you were to ever visit this Mayan site, you would see a whole bunch of ancient temples on beautiful mountains and valleys and such. But what I want to talk about is that they're actually underground. There are a lot of tunnels and tombs of the ancient people. Now, the tradition was in their time was that if you were to die, then you were to be buried under your household. So when we first discovered these ruins, we actually discovered all of these tombs, and we later found out that this was the reason why, because you were supposed to be buried under your household, and they have still remained intact today. They were first discovered in 1576 by a royal from Guatemala, and he actually wrote a letter to the ruler of Spain. And after this letter, this led to a chain reaction of many explorations to the site, from the Spanish to the English, etc. Another great thing about Honduras is the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. Now, this is the second largest coral reef in the whole entire world. The first being the Great Barrier Reef, located in Australia. Honduras is actually the home to the second largest coral reef, as I mentioned before, as a part of Belize as well. It lies in the islands of Honduras, so it's not really close to the country, so it's pretty sheltered. And it unfortunately was damaged by the Hurricane Myth in 1998. Because of this hurricane, it actually decreased the live coral cover by 50%, which had a very negative impact. But since 2007 and 2008, studies have shown improvement in the coral cover, which has increased from 11 to 13%, which basically means that it has recovered quite quickly, according to studies. And even many universities, such as the University of Tampa, offer educational trips to the reef in Honduras to help better the progress in order to restore it to its original health. Now, a topic about Honduran culture that is honestly my favorite of the culture is the food. The food is a very important aspect of the culture, specifically the classic dish baleadas, which are honestly the number one dish that would be recommended if you were to ever visit there, or if you ever wanted to try Honduran food. This would probably be the first dish to be suggested. It is made of refried beans, mantequilla, which is a type of Honduran sour cream, cheese, avocado, scrambled eggs, some type of meat like chicken or steak, and in a flour tortilla. The good thing about this is it could honestly be eaten at any time of day and is very customizable to the individual. So If you don't want something or you want more of something, it is totally welcome. Another honorable food mention is tamales. Now, a lot of Latin American countries have their own variation of this dish. Specifically in Honduras, it's unique because it uses green plantain leaves, and in countries like Mexico, you'll see that they use a corn leaf, and so that's a little bit different. And also, you use meat and vegetables in the Honduran tamale, whereas in other countries you wouldn't usually see that. And these are made specifically during a special event. So usually during Christmas, you will definitely see tamales on a Honduran table. In conclusion, as you can see, Honduras has a very unique and rich history that is very special to me and to others. So I hope that you have gained just a little bit of knowledge on this country. Thank you.